live. Welcome to the Redbird Redzone podcast. My name is Will. You can find me on Twitter at LiveOnThatSwing. Joining me today, I've got three guests. One of them's a surprise, and they'll be hopping on later. But for now, we got two. Why don't you two introduce yourselves?
Yo, yo, yo. Hey, Will, I thought we were past the guest part. I think we're co-hosts, but whatever.
Well, yeah, shit.
Yeah, my name is Mac, though. My name is Mac. You can find me on Twitter at AZSportsFiend. That's FIEN.
And I'm Jackie. You can find me on Twitter at LiveOnThatSwing. Just kidding. You can find me on Twitter at JSanDiego. That is 2 O's.
And we are here to discuss a week of no football. We are here to discuss a bye week.
Wait, we're not here to talk about the Suns' 17-game win streak and how the Suns and Cardinals are the best teams in each league? That's kind of what I thought we were here for.
Ah, man. And we're getting disrespected in both of them, man. Shit.
No one's giving us the credit where credit is due.
I mean,
that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, we'll just keep winning. 1-0 every fucking night. Let's just do it. Who cares?
Oh yeah. I can't be too mad about all of this. I mean, the best teams during the regular season never seem to be the ones that figure it out in the postseason. So, by the way, is that our boy?
What does that mean? Are you trying to say we're not going to figure it out in the postseason?
Oh, I don't fucking know.
Okay.
Here's our guest. Why don't you introduce yourself, buddy?
What's up, guys? Sanders is in the house, which actually used to be my fantasy football name for like years when I was a cringe high school student because I couldn't think of anything better.
Cute.
Yeah.
So you became a cringe adult.
No.
Late or what?
No, the cringe master from Head Couch Analysts is actually not here. Like, as cringe as I am, Pardue is much cringer than I am. Or much more cringe.
Do tell.
Yeah, have you followed him on Twitter? Seriously.
I don't know. Your love affair with Kirk Cousins last time looks like it's kind of biting you back in the ass nowadays.
Hey.
What? Did you not see him try to line up under a fucking guard?
I did, but did you not see how well he played the rest of the game?
No, I just saw friggin'
You saw that highlight?
If he's playing better than
I watched that game. I saw Justin Jefferson pissed off at him half the game. He looked like shit, to be honest.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins sucks. Anyways, welcome, Sanders. How you doing?
How many beers are you in already?
Oh, I had 2, then I took a nap after work, and now I'm on my 3rd one actually. So
that's why he's so confidently saying Kirk Cousins sucks. Hilarious.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, maybe your quarterback should learn a thing or two and throw less interceptions like Kirk Cousins does, and Cousins has played more games.
What are you? You're trying to not try to argue Kirk Cousins.
Ladies, break
contributing to more wins than Kyler friggin' Murray.
Hey, I'm only saying this as the self-proclaimed #1 Kyler Murray fan that isn't a Cardinals fan. So you know what?
Like
Any shade I throw at Kyler Murray is actually not real shade because he is my second favorite quarterback to pretty much exist, and he is the only reason I watch Cardinals football. I love Kyler Murray.
I think your first favorite cost me in fantasy this week.
It cost a lot of people in fantasy.
Cost a lot of people in fantasy. I needed Kareem Hunt and Lamar Jackson to show up.
Wait, why did you play Kareem Hunt? Well, there's mistake number 1.
It was him or Russell Gage.
Can we just make note? What are we at right now? We are how many minutes? 4 minutes in. That's a record. Congrats, Will. We are topped your 8-minute mark talking about what you fucked up in fantasy this week. So.
How was that supposed to know that Russell Gage would show
4 minutes.
We got that segment out of the way.
So I didn't want to just randomly come in. What were we talking about? So I can join.
That's exactly what you did. What the hell?
Just topped in. I mean, we
were talking about how many O'Duels you've had so far tonight. How many? We got 3, 4. How many O'Duels you got in you?
I've never had an O'Duels in my life.
Not bad, I would say.
Not bad for no. For
wait, hold on. Wait, is O'Duels the big Austrian beer? Never mind. I've had one of those in my life.
No, O'Duels is not alcoholic.
That's
beer.
Foster's, right? Yeah.
Oh, maybe I was thinking of Foster. Then I haven't had O'Duels. No, I currently have an IPA in front of myself right now.
Oh, okay. When are you gonna open it?
I already have. I'm already drinking it.
Okay.
What
okay.
is it?
I hear you.
What is it? It is a
Google's
IP
IPAs real quick.
no. It's the IPA from Four Peaks. That's not Hop Knot. The
Kill lift. Oh no, that's not fucking IPA.
what the hell? What the hell is it? I'm blanking because I peel off the labels every time I do it. The Pitchfork. That's what it's called. Pitchfork Ale.
I don't think I've had that.
It's pretty damn good. I like it.
But yeah, so
Put tires on your chest or what?
what do you what do you guys say that we try to recap the season so far?
Yeah, so we're
No.
done here. Thanks for everyone tuning in. That was a great episode.
He does this every time I come on, but notice how when Mac is guesting on my show, I'm super generous and nice to him. Just saying.
Hey, we met in real life. I can do that.
Fired.
So have you guys already recapped the season or?
No, we literally just logged in.
Hopped in as we started.
Okay, cool. So you guys can continue, and I'll just hop in when I see so.
So, as it stands right now, who do you guys think was the best move we made this offseason? There's a lot of moves you could say here, but who do you guys think it was?
Colt McCoy.
Yeah, that's
No, I mean,
considering what we ran out there last year.
yeah, because what's his ass went into the game last year, Strevler, and cost us our possible chance
Sanders,
to go
you're
into the
gonna love
postseason.
him.
Oh yeah, shout out Sanders. You're welcome.
He signed with Baltimore?
Yep,
Yeah.
he is on the Baltimore practice squad, and Mr. Throw It on a Dime like he ain't even trying, Trace McSorley, is on our active roster.
With how many running backs the Ravens have freaking gone through this year due to injuries, wouldn't be surprised if they run him out there fucking power eye set, try to get 10 handoffs or some shit, because he's definitely not a pass at first quarterback, put that way.
They're in such dire straits that they got a wide receiver throwing the football.
QB controversy in Baltimore.
Did we lose Sanders? Is he here?
Sanders is on mute, and I don't entirely understand why. You can hop
No,
in.
I've been listening the whole time. I've been waiting for my perfect moment, but it hasn't come up yet.
He's taking a shit. Don't front.
No. I'm in my room. I'm listening in. Like I said, I'm waiting. You gotta get in a perfect moment. Because if I just came in and started defending like a fanboy, like, hey, who needs Trace McSorley? We got Chris Strevler now. Blah, 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 blah. First of all, Chris Strevler is trash. First of all. Second of all, he's on our practice squad, so I really could not care less. Third of all, Tyler Huntley beat the Bears, so I already know I got a backup that can win a game. It's fine.
No more IPAs for you. You're getting a little aggressive this early into the podcast.
Yeah, calm down, Junior.
I mean, you all just lost the best quarterback in your history. I'd be upset too. So
let me follow up though with Jackie, because I agree Colt McCoy has to be like right up there, but I'm gonna go Rodney Hudson. He's just kind of like solidified up front, that offensive line, and that's really the one thing this team was really lacking last year was that presence up in center. And even though he missed a couple games, that his presence or lack thereof during those games was felt. And he stepped right back in last couple weeks, and I mean, he's playing some of his best ball, at least with the Cardinals these last few weeks. I feel like since he's came back, he's been a mainstay up front. So I'd have to go Rodney Hudson. What about you, Will?
If you want to revitalize your offense and you're the GM of the Arizona Cardinals, trade a late round pick to the Raiders. That'll do it right away. I mean, Carson Palmer, Hudson. I mean, it's just surefire, man. I mean, Hudson's having a really good year. I mean, I know it's difficult to say Watt because we didn't see as much of him, but you can see the defense just evolving so much in comparison to last year, and I can't help but feel like he was a big part of that. So I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to say Hudson because I think he's had more definitive impact. And I think that him, making those call outs and doing all that kind of shit. I mean, we didn't get that kind of shit from Mason Cole or whoever the fuck else was our center last year. I mean, Hudson is just really showing up. I like what he's doing, and I think that he has been probably our biggest signing of the year.
I mean, it's good that we have options. Yeah,
I'm gonna get a lot of shit for my pick, because as soon as you said this, I thought about every offseason move. I even looked up some to see if there was some underrated one that I kind of forgot about. No, I'm not gonna say Prater. Although that's a good one too, honestly. When you think about how Gonzalez, that's my pick is AJ Green. I'm gonna need a lot of boost for this one too because he did fuck over a game.
No,
it's just one game.
No.
But here's the thing I want to say about that game, and I think a lot of Cardinals fans lost sight of this in that pass where he didn't look. He was 2 20+ yard chunk plays on that same drive. Literally, without him, you're not even in that spot in the first place. Yeah. So who knows? It's quite possible if we think about the receiver cores that were in Arizona last year. I don't honestly think they make that drive against this Green Bay defense with those receivers from last year. No, they don't. 100% they don't. Right. The only reason they made that 99-yard drive is because AJ Green is on the team, and he has not made the splash play that I thought he was going to. He was my pick for comeback player of the year. That was my pick for comeback player of the year. And yet he's still averaging about 40 to 50 yards a game, which means he's involved every time. And that's a lot more than I can say for how it was going last year for.
Yeah, he doesn't have that breakaway capabilities really like he had in Cincinnati.
But what I was about to say is and I'm not trying to start a fire here because this man is on my bank card. But it's much better than what Larry Fitzgerald could have provided last year, right? It's much better, and Christian Kirk has improved too, but it's much better than what Christian Kirk was last year. AJ Green has just provided a boost that people need to focus on with Hopkins, and I think it has allowed Christian Kirk to blossom in this wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 mixture, because that's kind of how AJ Green and Christian Kirk play. I wouldn't say there's a defined WR2 between the two. They just both play off of each other, and they both create options for each other while Hopkins still gets the double. I think it's a wonderful signing that really opened up this offense. Also, shout out to James Conner as well.
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
Yeah.
The depth
crazy.
on this.
You have so many. Yeah, you have so many options that Steve Keim has brought in here. It's a great thing. We haven't had that, in a while. It seems like
6 years.
Most of his moves have fucking hit.
No, not even 6 years, because this is I still think this is a better team than 2015. I don't think that's a hot take. I think that overall this is a better team than 2015.
Well, when we said we haven't seen this in a long time, I'm saying you haven't seen general managing like this in 6 to 7 years.
Yeah,
something similar. Yeah,
because Keim had a rough patch between 17 through 19. I'd argue.
Yeah, I mean
you're right.
And you best believe that we were batting down the hatches on that guy. He was on our shit list for
he was on
the shit
list for sure.
But I mean, just the overall depth, and I know you're saying he hasn't quite had that. He's still having a good season, but he's not quite having comeback player of the year. I think the amount of depth and talent that this team has really goes to show why he hasn't had that. I mean, you got 2 really good running backs. You got 4 solid wide receivers. We lose one really good franchise tight end. Great, we get another good one. I mean,
yeah, we didn't bring up Zach Ertz. Yeah,
Steve Keim's, it's like jazz, man. He's hitting all the right notes. It's great. I love it. I mean, it's like going on the first date. You're getting that high, I don't know.
Was that too loud? My bad.
No, you're good. It's interesting that you mentioned AJ Green because I listened back to our off season when we talked about the NFC West on your guys' show, and you were actually a little negative about the AJ Green.
I was at first because I watched him for the last 2 years as a Baltimore fan, right? I had to play him twice a year, and I remember used to always fearing AJ Green. I never feared Cincinnati. I feared AJ Green because he always took over games when Cincinnati beat Baltimore. Cincinnati beating Baltimore was never out of the question, even if they were a 4-12 team, because AJ Green existed. And over the last 2 years, I never saw that. Even when Baltimore was an 8-8 team that didn't make the playoffs, they just didn't scare me, right? Even when we weren't that good. Or Lamar's rookie season, it just did not scare me that we had a rookie quarterback playing the Bengals because AJ Green sucked. And then the year after that, he still was hurt and then sucked and then hurt and then he had put in no effort. I think there was the one where I want to say it was Burrow was playing last year, and Burrow overthrew AJ Green, But if AJ Green would have put in like some hopped up effort, like if he would have like jumped for it, he could have gotten the ball. And instead, you kind of see him do this lackadaisical, like, oh, I put my hand up, I kind of do this little hop, it's intercepted, and then he doesn't even go after the corner that intercepted it. The corner just blows by him, and he just watches it happen. And I'm like, oh, AJ Green, well, A, is not bought into Cincinnati anymore. But my second thought was, he hasn't been good in 4 years. This sucks. So it was a huge gamble by Arizona. But it's kind of funny how, like, back in March, what you're saying, I was so negative. But then in August, I was like, that's my comeback player of the year, I believe. And like I said, he hasn't been as good as I thought he would be from August. But I still believe for the way this offense is working, Kyler Murray playing at a, I would argue, MVP level when he was playing, but we haven't seen him for a month now. James Conner, even Chase Edmonds got hurt, but James Conner has come up, and just all the combinations of things. I don't think it works without the AJ Green signing, and that's not a discredit to Hudson or Ertz or Connor or anyone else. I just think having that ability to have a guy who used to have the reputation of wide receiver one out there and is still a big body that can make contested catches is so important. And let's be real, a couple of those catches on that final drive in Green Bay were those contested catches that I'm talking about that I don't think happens if he's not there.
For sure.
He needed to change the scenery like badly for sure in Cincinnati, and it was nice to see him bounce back against Seattle. He had a nice game, 4 catches, 78 yards. Had some nice catches there too down the sideline. So yeah, he's definitely somebody, and I think you might just see him getting even better here as we enter the playoffs. He hasn't been to the playoffs in a while, so I can see him getting a little bit rejuvenated, almost, so to speak,
like
as we come down the stretch. Yeah, and this bye week was the perfect time for the bye. I know we talked about, we could have used it a couple of weeks ago or whatever, but the injury report just came out today for the week, and it looks like there's only one player, Justin Pugh, who did not practice because of injury. So it looks like we're all going to be getting healthy, and to go a month in November without Kyler and DeAndre Hopkins and still have the best record in the NFL entering December. I mean, hats off to Steve Keim, Cliff Kingsbury, Vance Joseph. Hats off to everyone inside that organization.
I mean, it's just completely not, and it's like I have to eat a lot of my words about AJ Green because over the offseason, you guys know me. I was not impressed about that signing. I was like, him? Really? Because I wanted T.Y. Hilton.
Who else?
You wanted T.Y. Hilton.
I wanted.
Oh God! Why? What's wrong with you?
I thought we could get him for cheap, and I thought
we asked that every week.
AJ Green for cheap too. What are we talking about here?
I thought we could like rejuvenate him. I don't fucking know. I wanted. Above all else, I wanted Philip Lindsay and T.Y. Hilton.
Let me tell you right now, I remember when my team was going for T.Y. Hilton, and I didn't even want T.Y. Hilton. I was like, that sounds like a disaster. I'm really glad we went with, drafting a receiver instead.
I'm really fucking happy. I'm glad I've been proven wrong.
And that set up a steel cage match between Will and Sanders. Jackie, how much would
he and I aren't even hostile? What do you mean, Jared? I'll take you on in a cage match instead. You're the real enemy.
We have no beef.
We're gonna fabricate one.
No, Mac, you're the real enemy here. I'm the one I'll cage fight you. Will and I, we're chill, but hey, so we both drink 4 beers, right? And then we get in the cage match.
Me and Sanders are like Luke and Vader at the end of Jedi, and Max, Grievous sitting in the chair.
I wish I really got that reference, but I'm not much of a Star Wars guy, so.
Man.
I called dibs on being Chewbacca.
So, one thing I wanted to add to this before we move on to whatever you want to move on to, you wanted an initial reaction to the season. I would like to say one thing. I thought Arizona, and I think maybe not even most people, but I gave Arizona some credit, and I'll admit, I'm very biased towards Kyler Murray. I defend Kyler Murray like no other. Whenever someone wants to down talk him, I'm like, look, wait a second.
Oh yeah, because you're just talking about Kirk Cousins. Okay, I hear you.
I mean, I like Kirk Cousins a lot too, but I will defend Kyler Murray over Kirk Cousins. I'll take Kyler Murray any day over Kirk Cousins. But what I'm saying is I've heard and listened to people both online and in conversation in person at work or whatever try and like down talk Kyler Murray, and I'm like, do you just not watch the games? Like, do you not see what he does on the field? Like,
Yeah.
this guy is a mixture of like Russell Wilson and Lamar Jackson combined, and he's a great hybrid of a running quarterback and a throwing quarterback at the
And this
same
is a
time. Like,
friggin' Ravens fan talking, saying that's a hybrid. That's some high praise from you.
no, he's like the perfect hybrid. Like I'm not even gonna deny that like Lamar has vastly improved his throwing this year. I know 4 interceptions just happened last year. You can mean the shit out of it all you want. But like regardless of that, he has vastly improved. He's had multiple like over 350-yard games, which he hadn't had before in his career. He has had 4 games in which he has made comebacks of down 14 points or more with Baltimore. Like Lamar Jackson has just vastly improved, right? And I love that. But I'm still going to admit that like a huge part of his game is his legs, right? Despite the massive improvements in the passing game. Whereas Kyler Murray has a better arm. Like, I don't think anybody can deny that. Like, if a Ravens fan denies that, they're crazy. Like, they can point at the stats that, like, Lamar has deeper throws right now and deeper accuracy than a lot of people right now. That's fine. But when I'm talking about overall arm, like, it just goes to Kyler Murray right now. And even then, like, if someone wanted to say they were even, fine. But I feel better. Like when I watch Lamar Jackson throw deep, I'm like, okay, does he get it, or is the wide receiver going to choke it? And is it going to be an interception, right? Whereas when I watch Kyler Murray throw deep, I'm like, that's
money.
That's money, right? Exactly. Yeah. Except for when he throws it deep down the middle. For whatever reason, that's always an interception. Don't get it. But I love Kyler Murray, and my reaction to the season is that I thought this would be a 10-7 team, despite my love for Kyler Murray. And obviously at 9-2, you could still be 10-7. It's just not likely.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, it's just not likely at this point.
You're sounding like me right now, man. Shit, get out of there. No, that's my thing.
I just said it's not likely. That's all I'm saying. Mm-hmm. And I think what has impressed me the most and what I questioned the most going in, and Purdue gave me a lot of shit for it on our show, and he has not stopped giving me shit about it ever since because he can never let go of a grudge or the past when it comes to us. And it's just a joke between us, but he just never lets shit go. I heavily questioned the secondary. I was like, bro, I get it.
We all did.
Your offense is loaded. Your defensive line is loaded. I'm like, your secondary sucks, dude. It's going to be a big question. I'll give you guys 10-7, right? And then literally first game, like they just shut down A.J. Brown, Julio Jones. They shut down Derrick Henry, and he's like, I fucking told you. And I was like, all right. It's one game. It's fine, right? And then literally the next week, you guys get like 2 interceptions from your corners. And then he sent me a text message, and he's like, so what about our secondary? And I was like, all right. And then as the season is gone, that secondary has proven to be one of the best parts of the team, and he just gives me shit every single week about it. So this roster is much more complete than I thought it would be. You guys mentioned the depth earlier, and my initial reaction is, wow, Arizona is 9-2. I can't believe they're going to be better than 10-7. And I don't think 10-7 was a bad projection for them, by the way. No, I can't believe they're going to be better than 10-7. Yeah. And at this point, I hope to get no boost from the crowd. At this point, I argue them as the number 2 in the league right now. Hold on. Sometimes I argue number 1 in my head. Like last night, I was caught in the Suns hype, and I was like, Arizona has the number 1 team for both NFL and NBA. But like when I calm down and
think about it, that's facts.
When I calm down and think about it, I feel like it's a 1A, 1B thing where I give 1A to Green Bay simply because AJ Green didn't look back, and then 1B because, well, you know,
that's
the Cardinals are just that close. And here's the thing. If Green Bay loses another game, which looking at their schedule, not too likely. But if Green Bay loses another game, right, that gives you guys the forward momentum to stay ahead of them, right? But then you have to stay ahead of them. If you lose one more game, then you go back to a tiebreaker. And unfortunately, it goes through Lambeau Field. Right?
Wait, you don't believe in your Ravens taking on and beating the Packers?
Bro, have you not seen my Twitter talking about how our defense is garbage? Come on, man. Bro, if
given Sunday, have some faith.
If we beat Green Bay, it's because we're going to beat them like 42-38. It's because Lamar's going to pop off.
So here's what's going to happen. Our Lord and Savior, Jared Goff, is going to will us to the first seed.
Your boy Kirk Cousins.
No.
Hey, my boy Kirk Cousins already beat them, bro.
I know. We need him to do it again. We need him to do it again. Do it twice. I'll give him some respect.
Get the brooms out.
Or shit, like we need our fucking boy Baker Mayfield to win on a crucial Christmas day.
Oh, that's right. The Packers play the Browns. That used to be such a hype game, and now it looks like garbage.
Shout out to the Dogs Warcast, by the way. Those guys rock.
Yes. Will your boy Baker.
My boy Baker.
Aaron Rodgers.
Some reason, just me and Oklahoma players fucking vibe, man. Like the first player I ever loved as a kid was Adrian Peterson. I wanted him so badly to be a Cardinal. And
Well,
I'm
I mean, he
still
was
mad
at one
about
We
it.
all did.
He was
Well,
damn
yeah,
near.
but not the same. We always get those, GOAT running backs at the end of their fucking careers, man. I mean, you got fucking
Emmett.
you got
Edge.
AP,
Chris Johnson, Adrian Peterson,
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Jaron
my God.
James.
and now James Conner.
Oh, no, he's like
Good lord.
25.
Yeah, no. He was goated and still. Come on, man. I'm just trying to. Okay, whatever.
He's trying to keep
Fine,
on
I
going.
just trying to keep the hype
accept
going.
the steel cage duel. I'm down. Let's fucking go.
But we should seriously change subjects because we've been
Well,
on this one
since
for
we're on
20
Oklahoma,
minutes.
let's take the cat out the bag or whatever. What do you guys?
Yep.
How you guys feeling about Cliff Kingsbury and all that shit going on? What do you guys think?
It's total bait. It's nobody in their right mind would consider.
He's just playing. He's just playing for a longer contract. That's all it is.
He's playing for the longer contract. He's playing for the extension. Not only that,
Paying for
but
that money.
who in their right mind spends what was it, $5-10 million on that fucking house just to move back to Norman, or sorry to move.
He
to
wants
Norman.
a pool built. That's why that's.
Like you can't tell me that
drumming
Norman.
this up.
You can't tell me that Norman, Oklahoma, co-eds are better than like you're the hottest women in Scottsdale. Nah, man, come on, man.
You know what? So if you want my real opinion on the whole Oklahoma deal, okay, you would go from Kyler Murray to Spencer Rattler, and Spencer Rattler should be banned from the state of Arizona.
Spencer
and
Rattler's
allowed
transferring.
No, he entered the transfer portal. I get that, but all I'm saying is no. I just wanted to bash Spencer Rattler. That's really all this came down to.
Yo, I think Spencer Rattler's going to transfer to South Carolina. I don't know, but yeah.
No, Cliff Kingsbury honestly might have like the cushiest NFL gig right now. I'm sure you guys
real
saw.
Pretty.
Yeah,
whatever.
And I mean,
Whatever.
he
whatever
does one side of the ball.
I just pity whatever team's about to get like Bill O'Brien or whoever, because I've heard his name brought up a couple times.
Was he at Alabama right now?
He's
but
Alabama's OC, and you know.
I hear Bama fans fucking hate him. So
with these college coaches, they instantly become like the highest paid employee. So some poor sap's tax dollars are going to go to pay Bill O'Brien.
Well, I want to point about Cliff Kingsbury in the NFL. I mean, he doesn't have to go recruit. I'm sure he banged some hot fucking moms on the recruiting trail.
Well,
in college.
he said he doesn't have to recruit. He also doesn't have to talk to boosters. That's another thing he said.
Yeah, boosters, but he also doesn't. So here in the NFL, I know you guys saw Josh Wienerfest tweet whatever the other week about how when the defense or when the offense is on the field, Cliff is the closest guy to the field. When the defense is on the field, Cliff drops back, and here comes Vance Joseph. Vance Joseph jumps up, so it's not like even. He almost gives way as a head coach when that side of the ball is out there. I mean, that's one of the cushiest things you can do. You don't have to worry about all. Sure, he does like special teams, and I'm sure he helps a little bit with Vance Joseph on ideas and whatnot, and when they see certain packages out there. But really, all he has to do is focus on the offense. You can't do that in college. He wasn't able. He had great offenses in college. Wasn't able to ever get a defense. You think Oklahoma is going to? He's going to be able to bring defensive players into Oklahoma when they go to the SEC. I mean, if he goes to Oklahoma, he'll be fired within 3 years. You mark my word, no doubt about it. But the only way he'd go there is if he. I mean, I don't know. Did you guys see a lot of the blue check mark people bagging on Adam Schefter when that tweet came out, talking about it looks like someone's agent sent Schefter a tweet or a text because there's an article, I think, from Outkick Your Coverage that I was looking at earlier, and all these people are mocking Schefter. One chick, this makes a lot of sense if you consider that the only requirement for a Schefter tweet is a text from an agent, and people are just bagging on Schefter. So, and I mean, a lot of fans said it right off the bat that obviously this is Cliff's representatives putting this out there.
Hey, to be fair, to be fair to like Schefter here, honestly, I don't know how many of us have like a fuck the rich attitude, and I don't mean for this to be political, but I say Cliff Kingsbury just get his bag, and if it takes an Adam Schefter tweet to help him get his bag, I say fuck it.
Yeah, and I mean, he probably is. I should have looked up. I meant to look up. I don't even know if it's public. Head coaching NFL salaries, because I'm sure he's one of the lowest paid.
Let's see, Cliff
Yeah.
Kingsbury.
So I mean, he's definitely due for an upgrade, a pay raise, and I mean, I hope he gets it. I hope he stays here. What he has going with him and Vance Joseph, like this is how an NFL organization should be ran. You don't need a head coach, meddling in all these other little places when his specialty is offense. This is why when he was hired, Michael Bidwell came out and said, this is why we made him a head coach and not an offensive coordinator. Because if he's an offensive coordinator, someone's going to poach him in a year or two if we do good. So now here we are 3 years later, and I think he's due for to get his bag, so to speak, to what you kids say these days.
Yeah, supposedly it's about $5 million a year. So
that's not bad, but yeah, I mean you bump it up another couple mil, and I mean. I didn't like how he didn't shoot down the rumors, but I mean, he is a guy who.
Well, if you shoot down the rumors, then you totally ruin your whole plan.
Yeah, and especially if it's your guy doing it. But you're in the middle of a fucking season. And
well, so here's the deal. I think I can't tell you what's going on in the locker room, right? But if I were a player under Cliff Kingsbury, I think everyone sees the smoke in the mirrors, right? Everyone sees it. I'm sure probably the front office does too, and they're probably not happy about what's going on, right? But here's the deal. The front office can't assume that it's bullshit, right? I mean, they probably will anyway, because honestly, this is kind of amateur hour shit. But at the end of the day, because it's amateur hour shit, I honestly believe none of those players believe Cliff Kingsbury is leaving, and considering how players love him, I doubt it's impacting the culture. I doubt it's impacting game plans, I highly doubt it'll have a field effect. So I'm going to ask again, why don't we say fuck it? Like I'm being quite honest here. This is a headache for the front office, and like that's it. Any more speculation past that?
Fans don't want to hear that shit. We're having our best season ever.
Anything past that is fan rage. Anything past that is fan rage. This is 100% not going to affect the front office or field.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's not even worth discussing. I think it's just so blatantly.
As we spent the last 8 minutes on it.
Well, I mean, I was just letting y'all roll. I didn't know I didn't know if I should shut it down or whatever.
I just have a fucking attitude. Like it doesn't.
I mean, money talks. At the end of the day, money fucking talks. And if someone's offering him $100 million to go to Oklahoma, he'd be dumb not to take it. But I'm just saying that. I mean, like you guys said, it's agent motive.
Let's be real here. It's gonna be Adam Gase. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on. All right. So, of the players who have played for the Cardinals this year, who are you not quite feeling? Who hasn't really done it for you? Who's kind of struggling?
Who isn't tickling your fancy?
I'm on the roster?
Yeah, on the roster.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Malcolm Butler. That guy should probably be surprised. No, I don't. I mean, it's hard when you see Micah Parsons killing it, and what he go a couple picks after Zaven. And not like that, I don't dislike Zaven. But Micah Parsons is going to be Defensive Player of the Year, or Defensive Rookie of the Year, excuse me.
He could be Defensive Player of the Year the way he's playing. He could be the first. He could be the first player in like 20 years to get both. That's not hyperbole. It's quite possible.
Didn't they have a guy who had like 10 picks on the team at one point?
Trevon Diggs.
He's second-year player though.
Is he out of the discussion?
He was never in the discussion because he's not a good cover corner. He just is really opportunistic.
I gotcha.
He blows plays, but
gotcha.
he's like when Marcus Peters was on Kansas City. Remember when Marcus Peters wasn't that great in coverage, but he always got interceptions with Kansas City, and so that made him a big name. And he went to the Rams, and he really.
Trayvon Diggs has been definitely struggling a little bit last few weeks.
Yeah, that's been Trayvon Diggs. He's opportunistic, but he's not a great cover corner.
Marcus Peters get cancer?
No,
that was Eric Berry.
That was Eric Berry. No, Marcus Peters was traded to the Rams and then traded from the Rams to Baltimore. And he had an ACL tear this year.
I want to hear what's your answer on this question, Jackie? This is kind of a tough one.
Andy Isabella.
Oof, oh, come on. Just went for the
And that
meat. Went straight for the meat.
God, do we even have to bring him up? Poor Andy. God, he's a big fan of our show. Hey, Andy, what's up, dude?
I think we've
No,
actually
I
brought
would
up.
say Zaven.
I think, yeah. I think we've actually brought up Andy Isabella more than we have Larry Fitzgerald this year, and I think that's really funny. Yeah, I mean, I think it's Zaven. And that's not a slight on him. I know it takes time for people, so I mean, yeah.
I mean, go through the roster. Who are you thinking? Any of the safeties? No, Jalen Thompson's been balling. Buddha's fucking balling. Any of the DBs? I mean, how could you, between Byron Murphy, Robert Alford, and then you have rookie Marco Wilson, who, I mean, you're a rookie cornerback.
If we're talking about general consistency, Chandler. Because Chandler will either have a zero impact game or a high impact game. There's no real in between with him. His run defense this year has not been great.
Non-existent almost.
So that's who I was gonna say. I was gonna say my most disappointing player this year, I think, has been Chandler Jones. Like, I was super excited for him.
You're just piggybacking. Come on, man.
No, that wasn't even it. Like, I had a whole speech prepared for I was literally looking forward to him coming back, right? The thought of Chandler Jones and JJ Watt across from each other, which we haven't seen much of to begin with, but the thought of that was highly they're both past their prime, but that's an interesting combo. What?
I'm just laughing at you.
Yeah, you're fine.
It's an interesting combo, and then week 1 happened, and it was like, oh my god, they're not playing like they're past their prime. This is awful. What's gonna happen? Like, they're not gonna keep this up every week, but oh my god, if this happens 7 to 8 times out of 17 games, this is nuts.
What was it you said? What was it you said? Week 1, like 80 sacks.
Yeah, 80 sacks is what it would have been, right?
Now he's at 8.
And so, I mean, obviously he wasn't going to keep up that, that production.
Well, I mean, we play Detroit in a couple of weeks. I mean, it could happen.
No, what did I say? I said close to 20, right? And then after you guys were like, no. And then he got the 5 sacks, and you're like, whoa, pay him. And it's like, now it's like,
And that's hey. Literally everybody on Cardinals Twitter was saying, pay that man after.
I didn't.
None of y'all can.
Well, Mac, you're just a hater, so.
That's not even me being a hater. Like, every one of you did that. It's the truth.
No, I said I wanted, if this is him motivated, looking for a contract, I want this Chandler Jones all year.
Max Player Hate of the Year 2021.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people, that's what I fucking hate. I love all the fans that tune in. Thank you. What up, Juan? What up, Brandon? Yo. But just, in general, people on the internet, they live or die by, what's happened recently. I do my best not to do that as a fan.
It's hard not to get caught up in the moment sometimes, but
I think some of this shit's crazy. Fire Cliff 1 week, and then Coach of the Year, like Jackie was saying when she was at the game a month ago.
Sorry, go on.
No, just Jackie. Like a month ago, with the Cardinals we were undefeated, right, Jackie, at the time?
Yeah, we were playing the Texans, and we had he called a stupid play, and everybody in my section
were down for a whole quarter. I remember that.
Yeah,
Fire Cliff, fucking first quarter of the Texans game, and it's like, I get it. It's it's the fandom and everything, but that's one thing I do try to pride myself as a fan is I don't try to get too high, too low just because of one occurrence. Anything can happen any given day.
That's one thing I love to do, on my 60 seconds with Sanders things. I remember someone was talking about the downfall of the Chiefs or whatever, and after they won on Monday night, they went from 3-4 to 6-4, and I was like, it was the Chiefs, but the defense is doing what we've been asking them to do the last 3 weeks. I had said on there, I don't think that the Chiefs are really as bad as we're saying. They're just not the Chiefs, right? It's just a good, solid football team.
Is that what happens when you pay a quarterback that much, though? Do you start trying to cut corners in other spots of the team?
What's funny
is one thing I keep thinking in my head.
What's funny is the major impact of his contract hasn't even started yet, so I would say no. If you look at the Chiefs draft classes of the last couple of years, they have not hit on their first, second, or third rounders. That's been their biggest issue. Is the GM has not hit on their stuff. Like, look at their offensive players. It's still Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce,
Same
and
ones. Yeah.
it's still the same ones for the last 4 years,
Edwards
right? Usually there's
but
one new person that comes and goes in there, right? And it hasn't happened. They've had to rely on the signings of like Sammy Watkins, Josh Gordon, and all these old signings because they're not hitting on replacements over their, the people that are supposed to be depth above their elite players. So
I need to go back and correct myself real quick. Micah Parsons went ahead of Zayvon Collins. For some reason, I thought there was a conversation this last week where people were talking about Micah Parsons going after Zayvon. So that's my fault right there. We love you, Zayvon. Big fan of the show. You are. Thank you.
Yeah, I there's very few things we can be legitimately upset about. You basically have to be looking for something
Stretching,
to be upset
yeah.
about.
By the way, I heavily look forward to when you guys are down 13-10 at the end of the first half and the absolute meltdown that's going to happen on Twitter, and then y'all come back at the end of the second half and you'll win probably like 35-17 or some shit. You'll like totally blow it out, and every Cardinals fan will be like, "Whoa, we fucking did it!" And I'll be like, "Y'all were just melting down an hour ago. What do you mean?"
I've learned to literally stay off my timeline.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
Cardinals.
And for me,
the Cardinals
not
side of my
tweet anymore.
timeline is nuts. The Brown side of my timeline is usually nuts too.
Well, they have Brown. I don't blame them.
Yeah, I'd hate myself too if I were them. Woof.
Speaking of woof, what about the rest of the NFC West?
Oh, Seahawks. Wolf.
Woof.
Man,
and we had talked.
They get nothing for this year, man.
Hey, how about the team that doesn't exist in the division actually becoming the second best team in the division? How about that?
Who are you talking about?
The 49ers, obviously.
Yeah.
Because you guys are in on that Arizona Cardinals Twitter joke, right? That the 49ers are the fourth team that doesn't exist in the NFC West.
I'm a boomer. I don't fucking know.
So there's like a joke going around that like there's only three teams in the NFC West: the Seahawks, the Rams, and the Cardinals, and that's it. Party's really big on the joke and whatnot, so that's why I know about it. So I think it's kind of hilarious how this joke was created by a section of Arizona Cardinals Twitter, and then they've literally become the second best team. They're only one win behind the Rams. They embarrassed the Rams on national TV, and I won't be surprised when the Rams play the 49ers again and the 49ers win again. Like, I just can't see...
Rams didn't even win in November, right?
Matthew Stafford is a bona fide scrub.
Hey.
He only has 9 wins in his career against winning teams, and he has never beaten a team that is at least 5 games over 500, and that one is notable because there is no way going into next week that the Cardinals can be any less than 5 games over 500.
I mean, it's notable, but I want to go back to the fact that, like, if you bring up that stat, right, I want to bring up that stat with the Lions, too, because it's probably the same thing. It's probably the exact same stat line.
Man.
I mean, it's kind of been his MO. He's kind of folded under pressure.
You think if he went back to the Lions...
Kind of has the same thing as Kirk Cousins, kind of from the same breed, seems like. What are you saying, Will? Sorry.
You think if
he's really big on the Kirk Cousins hate right now.
You think if he went back to the Lions... You guys think if he went back to the Lions, we'd even be able to tell the difference between their team and their...
They'd at least have 3 or 4 wins.
He's kind of in that like awkward middle class of quarterbacks where like him, Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan are, where it's like you're never gonna say he's the top.
Derek Carr, Ryan Tannehill.
Well, no, Derek Carr is like objectively middle. I'm talking like the upper, like the guy you'd have at like maybe like number 10 if you want to be like really generous.
Oh, okay, I see what you're... So like Eli Manning.
Yeah, like the older crowd that like that are on their not necessarily on their way out, but just on the tail end of their careers.
Like if you have like a bad team, you'd accept that guy as your quarterback. But if you're a good team, you're not gonna want that guy over your guy.
I mean, we did it first, right? I mean, or at least not we. When I say we, I mean like NFL, like fan base as a whole was kind of like on it, right? And even Cardinals fans were like, okay, we'll see what happens here, right? Like, I don't think a single Cardinals fan like laughed at the move when it happened, right? It was kind of a, oh shit,
yeah,
this is something we got to deal with. It wasn't I don't think any like anybody in the NFC West was scared. It was just kind of we got to deal with this kind of deal. And as it's turned
They
out,
upgraded a little bit for sure, but yeah, I don't think it's
After-
as big as maybe what we initially thought.
after a really hot start, they've very much cooled down. I actually don't
No
blame
win
Sean
November.
McVay
They got no win November.
either. Yeah, dude, I congrats to them, man. Dude, they're better than how I did for No Nut November.
And that's all we got time today for with our
geez.
guest.
We're gonna ignore that. Just all of it.
Come on, dog. We're PG-13 around here. What the fuck?
You literally said
Christian
fuck like 10
podcast.
times.
Man, we have no standards, man. I mean, we were literally. You know what?
I'd like to remind you, Jackie made a Vegas hooker joke last time I was on here. I think anything is game.
I made like some of the
those,
earliest.
Those are real life. That happens in real life. That
some of, like,
happens in Vegas in real life.
And No November
Yeah,
happened
just
in real
pay
life.
taxes.
I mean, some of the earliest jokes I made on this cast was about how like Osama's our biggest benefactor. So
And
I
that
mean,
still isn't funny.
And now we're getting canceled. Thank you.
yeah,
And now we're paying for that. Thanks, Will.
yeah.
Damn, racist joke, get out.
All right.
It's just a cringe
What are
joke.
we talking about?
What?
It was kind of corny. All right, but yeah. So as it stands right now, who do you guys think is going to be in the playoffs for the NFC?
That's a tough
Cardinals.
one because the number 7 seed could literally be anyone.
Yeah, it's
Well,
almost like you fucking flip a coin.
Are you gonna read off the standings right now, Will?
Give me,
I
give
have
me,
it
like,
pulled.
just a split second.
I have it pulled up if you want me to read it.
Yeah.
Read it.
Okay, so the number 1 seed is obviously your Arizona Cardinals.
Get that
He did a really good
going.
bill.
So I actually was just listening to our last episode, and I remember how he was like, "Your Arizona Cardinals." So I had to go with it. Will, inspired by you, just so you know.
Aww.
Oh, what? I do something
You know what?
inspired by
changed
him,
it
and he
up.
hates me. Okay, anyways, so the number 2 seed is also your Green Bay. No, it's the Green Bay Packers. Obviously. I'm not too sure anybody's gonna be happy about me, saying that one. But it's the Green Bay Packers there, and then at the third
Bob was put a toilet flushing when you said it.
and then at the
Yeah,
third
shit.
seed is the. Is that correct? The Dallas
What?
Cowboys can't be third, are they?
No, they're
Those division.
Tampa.
Yeah, it's Tampa Bay. Why is this wrong? I don't know why this is wrong. Anyways, Tampa Bay is third, and Dallas Cowboys are fourth.
Yeah.
You really
So-
are following in Will's footsteps.
Oh, it's
I'm
Green
gonna-
You
Bay.
make bad decision in fantasy too?
Hey, actually, my fantasy team started at 1-4, and it's now 7-5. Gang, gang.
I hate you.
Oh.
Stop living my best life. All right. Yeah. So fifth is the Rams. 6th is the Niners. 7th is the Washington's number 7. Right? What the hell?
Because they beat
dropped
Seattle.
off.
They beat Seattle. That's what put them in there because they
What
have
the
it now
fuck?
an NFC advantage over the Vikings. They have the NFC conference advantage over the Vikings.
So I
Okay.
mean,
So as
who are the teams on the outside looking in?
the Vikings, the Falcons, Saints, and Eagles are all major contenders. I'm not including Carolina there
Dalvin Cook
because C-Mac
is out a
got
couple
knocked
weeks.
out.
He's out the
C-Mac's
year.
out, and their quarterback situation's messy.
Dalvin Cook's out a couple weeks.
But I mean,
So it really
Madison's
could be
not
Washington.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably down to the Vikings or Washington, right?
Washington.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a real wild card here. The Eagles' remaining schedule is a cakewalk.
Yeah, but the
But
Eagles
it's
should have won their last
Eagles.
game, and they fucking sucked.
Yeah, but I mean, they
Who
faced
they got this
Washington.
week?
You
They got,
fucking lost to the Giants, dude. Like, I wouldn't
So-
be
They
got the
surprised if they
Jets
lost to the
this week?
Jets.
They faced the Jets this week, then Washington, Giants, Washington again, and the Cowboys, who could very well have their spot locked up in their final week.
So theoretically, if we're like taking this on an actual serious note, right? Those two Eagles Washington games are probably
Redskins
huge
have an
deals.
easier schedule there.
Yeah, but then if we look at the Vikings, right? The Vikings play the Steelers, they could win that. They play the Bears, they could win that. They play the Rams, well, honestly, they could win that. And then they play the Packers again, and then they play the Bears. Like, the Vikings have 5 winnable, actually 6, because they play the Lions as well. They have 6 winnable games as well. I don't think taking the Vikings out of
No,
contention
that's
is
true.
like a serious thing.
I
Because,
mean,
like, they have so many winnable
the
games.
Vikings are in it every other. It's them or the Bears in any given year.
Yeah, but I would argue with you because you want to argue the Eagles, right? Those Washington Eagles games are the most important like things in determining like that part of the outcome. But you can't deny that like the Vikings have 6 winnable games here too. Like they're all extremely winnable for
But
them.
even if they do a 50-50 split on those Washington games, I mean the rest of their schedules.
You got to play the Cowboys. It
Simple.
really is going to come down to it's going to come down to the last week of the season.
Yeah.
Unless the Cowboys are resting their players, I don't see the Eagles beating them. But I mean, never know.
See, that's why I like kind of what they're doing with the NFL scheduling now. We're gonna pack all of our important games into that 4:25 hour because it really sucks. Like when they'd have these important games at like 1 p.m. and everything's just decided before the second half of the slate even goes on. Because like, why are you even playing at that point?
Well, it's also interesting
Yeah.
that like they some of the teams they haven't even played like they're playing Washington twice, and if you look at most of the majority of the teams, you'll see that a lot of the inner standings or the interdivision games are really going to be going on the final month and a half or 2 months of the season. So NFL knows what the hell they're doing for sure. They're going to be some intriguing games down the stretch here.
Yeah.
So I would lean. I'd lean Washington. I don't really have a great reason. None of those teams are really good, so you kind of have to go with the best of the worst.
They all have an intriguing angle to them, but none of them really have enough where it's like I'm worried about them.
Can I
think they're
say
better
something?
coached.
Can I say something that I
Mhm.
think you guys might find weird? If let's just say theoretically you guys land in the number 2 seed because at the end of the day you tie the Packers and wins, right? Because you guys are both tied right now, okay? So you play the number 2 seed means you have to play the number 7 seed. I 100% would rather play Washington over Minnesota. Minnesota is such a wild card this year, and fun fact, all 11 of their games, okay, have been decided by 6 points or less. All 11. They are a team that plays
including the one we played.
Yes, and it was just by a lot. It was by a missed field
Yeah,
goal, right?
I wouldn't want to play them.
So
I
no,
wouldn't
you
want to play
don't.
them.
You
You
don't.
never know what you're
Minnesota
getting
is
with Minnesota.
Minnesota is literally the best worst team, and in a good way for them. Not even in a bad way, like they lose games terribly. No, they just lose heartbreakers like every time they lose. It's a heartbreaker.
So they're like the Phillip Rivers era Chargers, right?
Exactly.
Yep. You beat me to it.
You could argue that, but like what I'm saying is like. I feel like Minnesota is the better team out of like Washington, Minnesota, Atlanta, New Orleans, all the 5 and 6 teams, right? And that's the team I don't want to see in the postseason because they're the team that upsets whoever the number 2 seed is in the wild card and then loses in the divisional round.
And they'll have the best running back. Dalvin Cook should be healthy by then. So I mean,
you don't want to play this game. At worst, here's what needs to happen. At least because I know this is an Arizona show. You guys either need to keep the 1 seed, or if you fall down to the number 2 seed, you might as well throw it down to the 3 seed to avoid Minnesota. Or if you have the number 2 seed, you don't want.
We ain't scared of nobody.
Okay, you say that until Minnesota upsets you.
Okay, you're a big Kirk Cousins fan.
Let's get real.
No. It's not about Kirk Cousins. This team is scary.
Guys, let's get real dicey. What if the Rams fall off and they fall down to that 7 seed?
So I've considered that. Here's the problem with that. When you look at the Rams' schedule, right?
Jaguars.
At worst, they're going to go 9-8. There's no way they miss the playoffs. They would have to.
I'm not saying they miss it. I'm saying they get that final seed.
They got a tough schedule.
Are you talking about the 7 seed?
Other than the Jaguars, they got Cardinals, Seahawks. You never know. Seahawks are awful, but.
Are you trusting Washington or Minnesota to finish 4-2? Because that's what you're arguing with me right now.
I'm trusting the Philadelphia Eagles.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Oh, that'd be 4-1, by the way, and I still don't trust it.
So the Rams, they have Jaguars, Cardinals, Seahawks, Vikings, Ravens, and then 49ers. So they don't really have a cupcake after the Jaguars because even in the interdivision between the Seahawks and Rams game, that's probably going to be a close one unless the Seahawks just pack it in. But I mean, you got Vikings, like we talked about, tough team, Ravens, and then they finish with the Niners. I'm not saying they're going to drop to the 7th seed, but I could definitely see them losing a few more games here down the stretch.
But what I'm saying is, like, at worst they go 9-8 because, in my opinion, they at least beat the Jaguars and Seahawks.
Yeah.
If they lose to the Cardinals, Vikings, 49ers and Ravens, whatever. But at worst, I feel like the Rams finish 9-8, and so you have to argue with me based on my assumption that Washington or whoever's 5-6 is going to go 9-8, and I just don't believe.
Well, here's the one thing, and this is the one thing that matters. In order for the Rams to actually catch up with us, as of right now, they would need to win 3 games. Technically, they're only 2 games back, but they don't have the tiebreaker on us, so they need.
That assumes that we're going to lose a couple as well, right?
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm saying like as it stands right now, it's a tough. It'd be tough for them to actually get into our spot. So
Okay. No, yeah, I don't think anyone's arguing that at all.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that it's really fucking neat that it's at this point of the season we're already talking about how it's locked down. Yeah, I mean shit, man.
We ready for predictions or what? We're running on an hour now.
Yeah, I mean,
Jackie's tired.
My notes don't have any. Well,
we're done.
Do you guys have any idea who you guys want in the first round? I mean, that's where this is.
No, fuck no.
Okay.
I can tell you who you should want in the first round, based upon
Washington.
like a non-biased perspective. Kay.
I thought you meant fucking NFL draft. I'm like, fuck no.
Yeah. NFL
no,
draft.
we meant first round of playoffs. You ding dong.
No, I
Is that
meant
what you're
the
talking
draft.
about?
No.
He meant the what?
I meant the draft.
No, fuck no. Okay.
I'm not fucking thinking about no draft.
No, hell no. Let's move on to pick
No,
up.
you guys are picking number 31 after Baltimore beats you in the Super Bowl. Remember?
Fuck you. Go to hell.
All right. Well, let's
All right.
announce last week's winner in pick'ems. Mac. Thank you for the great introduction, Will. Appreciate you.
He's so happy about it.
Well, he was.
I just wanted to move on from that fucking segment. That was,
the last 2 weeks.
yeah.
Dude, when's the last time I won the fucking pick'ems? What the fuck, man? I'm dying.
It's probably the same week you won fantasy football.
Go to hell. Go to hell.
Hey, Jackie, that was elite. I'm giving you a high five right now.
Woo! Air five.
All right. So pick'ems, let's do it, baby. Opening up your week 13 of football Thursday night. You've got a game that probably looked a lot better to the schedule organizers at the beginning of the year. You got Cowboys Saints.
How the mighty have fallen.
With Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill Saints. Who you got?
Nobody.
I am gonna go the Cowgirls.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Cowboys. Unfortunately.
I mean, I guess like NFC seating wise for you guys, it's unfortunate, but I'm gonna be honest. I really enjoyed the couple years when Dallas was good, only because it was so satisfying to watch them lose in the playoffs. Like, that's just how I feel about it. So I honestly want them to keep winning. I want the hype to keep going. So when Arizona or Green Bay, honestly, Green Bay beating Dallas is like the most fun thing ever. Like, it always is. Like, watching Aaron Rodgers crush their soul is so funny to me. But Arizona doing it too would be fun. So I mean, I want the hype for the Cowboys to build. And on the other side of things, that's not hateful. I really enjoy Dak Prescott, and I've enjoyed that Dan Quinn found his role as a defensive coordinator and has really helped Dallas defense become from worst thing we've ever seen to bend but don't break. And they're gonna bend but don't break Taysom Hill's back on Thursday night.
That's awesome. We talked too much about Dallas. Let's move on.
No, I haven't fucking chosen yet. Let me go. The Saints are really funny because there was an issue that John Boyce covered in the video once. Shout out John Boyce. It was called the Terrell Pryor problem. It's what do you do when your best wide receiver is also your best quarterback? And that's a very funny thing that the Saints have going on with Taysom.
That's what's happening with them.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing. But needless to say, it's going to be the Cowboys, and since it's a Thursday night game, it's going to be fucking ugly. Yeah. Cowboys.
It might not be for them. Remember, this is actually a week-long break for the Cowboys.
Oh
and
yeah, shit. Well,
the Saints played that night as well. This is a week-long break for them. They scheduled it that way on purpose.
Well, what the fuck? Why isn't that whatever? Cowboys win.
Why isn't that standard? I agree.
Okay. After that week, after I'm on fucking crack. on Sunday, opening up your Sunday slate, you got Colts Texans. Who you got?
Colts.
Indy.
Colts.
Colts.
Yep.
Bobby.
Don't even need to say more than that. They almost beat the Bucks. They'll beat the Texans. Hey,
After
by
that-
the way, Tyrod Taylor at least has made the Texans watchable the last couple weeks. I'll say that.
I love Tyrod Taylor. He's
I
cool.
enjoy
like him.
Tyrod Taylor.
But yeah, that's all that needs to be said about that. Vikings
Yeah.
Lions, who you got?
Vikings.
Yep. I've picked the Lions enough the last 2 weeks, so
Yeah, fuck the Lions. I'm gonna go with the
Fuck
Vikings.
the Lions,
and
she said.
Yeah, I'm fucking done. And this
I'm
is
not-
probably the fucking week they win.
I'm not gonna risk it. It's gonna be the Vikings.
I risked it last Thursday. Do you know how upset I was when that debacle
Me
of poor
too.
coaching happened in the fourth quarter? I totally thought they were
Oh
going to
my
do it, and they
God.
had it. Ugh.
What a dork. I can't even be mad at him. He's just a dork. I love
He's
him.
Wait,
trying
what
his
happened?
He called 2 timeouts in a row
In a
Who you guys
row.
talking about?
by
We're
mistake.
talking about Dan Campbell.
It got like a
Dan
rare
Campbell.
ball.
Oh yeah.
He called 2 timeouts in a row, and it caused a penalty. Like, fuck. Ugh.
That guy's
After
pressing
that,
to get a win.
you got Giants Dolphins. This is certainly a game.
I mean, at least it'll be.
I got
competitive.
Miami. They've been kind of showing something. They've won like 4 in a row now.
Yep.
So yep.
Hey, this is the Miami team that a lot of people were hoping to see at the
Expected.
beginning of the year.
It's really sad that they started it on prime time against mine. That makes me depressed. But I got to give them their credit. They've been doing really well. I got to pick Miami. Hey, even Tua's played relatively well. On the topic of Tua, that whole Tua versus Kyler graphic is fucking
That's
ridiculous,
stupid.
by the way.
Yeah.
It's so stupid, but regardless, he has improved. As have the Dolphins. I've got to go.
When
Fuck
he's
the New York
healthy,
Giants.
he gives
As
them a
Bobby
chance.
said, fuck the New York Giants.
Yeah, so go Dolphins.
Yeah.
Isn't what's his ass starting? Mike Glennon. Isn't Daniel Jones hurt again? I think so.
I don't think so. Is he?
I
Expect him
know
to
Daniel
start.
Jones
Oh my
hurt
God.
again.
Yeah. It says he's expected to start. So yeah. Shit. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be Miami then. Fuck.
Yeah.
Man. It's the best thing about that is all these people are going to be exposed to Mike Glennon's weird draft head on national television. And it's just going to be great.
He looks
The
like
neck.
a Q-tip.
But after that, you got Bucks Falcons. This is just not a great week, man.
Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see an upset.
Probably the Bucks.
Fuck.
Okay,
Falcons
but
be
what
awful.
if? And I'm joking. Tom Brady's beating the Falcons like he normally does.
Yeah.
Bobby's saying
Start
Rosen.
Josh Rosen. Hey, they played Josh Rosen for one play and he threw a pick immediately.
Wasn't it a
Pick
pick six?
Yes, it was.
It was.
And then they pulled his ass, right? They put in the fucking
Yeah, they
third
put in
string guy, and he threw-
They put in the third string.
he
Then the
threw a
third
pick.
string threw an interception. Yeah, it was great.
Oh my God.
Atlanta Falcons, baby. That's why we're picking the Bucks.
It's amazing
that's-
the Falcons have
That's
5
why they
fucking
needed
wins.
to pick a fucking quarterback, man.
They had 5
Yeah.
picks between 3 quarterbacks. Phenomenal.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, at least Kenny Pickett's there this year. Whatever. Eagles Jets. As if it couldn't get any worse.
I'm gonna go the Jets.
You love your New York Jets. I'm going
Jackie
Philly.
and the Jets.
Jet.
Okay, over there, you sleepyhead.
She cannot drink some booze. She has a baby too.
Where's
I
this
don't know
going?
a third thing. Jackie
Anyways,
and the
Eagles.
Jets.
Yeah.
I love it.
Cool.
Yeah. So we're all going Philly there.
Except for Jackie.
Philly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I'm gonna go Jets. That's my upset of the week.
After that, you got
Sound extremely
Chargers.
confident.
After that, you got Chargers Bengals. This could be a very key game for the wild card. Who do you guys
I
got?
am going Chargers, actually.
I'm gonna go
Really?
Cincy.
I don't think you can ever really know with either of those fucking teams.
Yeah.
I feel like the Chargers have kind of slumped a little lately. I
Yeah,
think it's going to be the
they-
Bengals.
Okay.
Sanders.
You got Sanders.
Sanders.
Wait, am I the last one here?
Yeah.
Yep.
What's up, man?
So in my
What's up,
opinion,
man?
this should have been the game that should have been flexed to Sunday night. The Chargers
Wait.
Bengals. I just want so there was the original Sunday night game was 49ers Seahawks, right? And I knew looking at that 2 weeks ago when I was looking at it, I was like, the NFL only ever flexes games when it's guaranteed that a team in prime time is not going to be in playoffs. And at this point, it's pretty much guaranteed the Seahawks aren't going to be in playoffs, which is why they flexed it. And they flexed it to Broncos Chiefs over Chargers Bengals, which I think is a little weird.
Broncos. That's like peak prime time. Those AFC divisional bouts are
Do you trust the Broncos to actually put a Sunday night football worthy game against the Chiefs?
Fuck no, but those AFC West games are always interesting.
But the Chargers Bengals would.
It's a rough week though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Chargers Bengals.
Yeah, between those two.
To me, I think it should have been Chargers. Anyways, Bengals are going to win this shit. That's all I'm going to say.
Like looking at this shit, it's like looking at like the first week of college football where it's like, oh yeah, you got Alabama playing Chattanooga, or Ohio State playing St. Mary's Women's College or something.
You got the Cardinals playing the Bears, where they might choke it away in primetime again. Oh wait, wait a minute, wrong show.
Rude.
Let's not relive 2006.
Yeah, this whole week's a mess. Yeah, I think it's going to be the Bengals. I don't think there's a question.
We'll find out, boys.
Man, there's just not much breathing room here. Jags, Rams. Who wants to be the contrarian?
No. I don't want to lose to you guys, so I'm going to.
And then they're going to win, and everyone's like, the Rams are back.
First win in a month.
Yeah, it's going to be the Rams.
Oh my god! If they lose though, I'll fucking enjoy that.
Matt Stafford strikes again.
We're all going Rams.
After that, you got Washington versus Oakland.
Las Vegas.
You're going Vegas. I am going Washington.
No, I was correcting him.
What did he say?
He said Oakland.
I'm still getting used to it, man. That being said, just win, baby. It's gonna be Vegas. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm with him. I think it's gonna be Vegas too. Like, I would love if Washington won because my sister's a big Washington football team fan, so she's always in misery every year. I love it if they won, but like honestly, I know the Raiders have been like putting a bit lately. I just would not count them out, especially against Washington.
Yeah.
Are you guys from the DMV?
Why?
Or are you guys from Arizona?
I'm from Arizona. We were born and raised in Arizona.
Oh, okay. I just thought because your sister's a Washington fan.
And I'm a Baltimore fan. Yeah, it would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
The worst type of fans, I swear to God. Oh, hey, Sanders. We're glad to have you on tonight.
You know what? Go Phoenix Suns, bitch.
Who'd you got, Jackie?
I got Washington.
Okay.
Ooh, dang! I'm the only. Will and I both picked the Raiders.
Bobby picked Raiders.
We're the only smart people in the room here.
Oh, damn! We'll find out about you're really shooting fire. Oh, damn. Okay, I don't know about that, Will.
Did you guys see the live tweet I sent out? Did you guys see the cage match? Will and Sanders tag team. Me and Jackie tag team. I think we win.
I couldn't hit a woman, so of course you win already.
Did you guys see the live tweet I sent out earlier? I sent it to the group chat. Anyway, we got Ravens Steelers. Who you got?
Oh, I'm going Pittsburgh just to piss off Sanders.
Like literally, do you even have
I'm going Baltimore.
I'm also going Baltimore, and that's not because Sanders is here.
Okay.
I enjoy the Steelers' downfall.
Genuine question. I know I'm here and whatnot. We want to meet Baltimore and whatnot, but can we for 30 seconds talk about how the Steelers are good enough because Mike Tomlin is the head coach and they have great defensive talent, but then you watch Ben Roethlisberger play and you're like, fuck,
you're a fucking slob.
Damn, they should have drafted or they should have gone for some kind of quarterback.
Well, the last time they even tried, he threw a fucking shit fit.
I understand that, but when he was crying in that Cleveland-Pittsburgh game where Cleveland massively upset Pittsburgh, that felt like it was it. That was the look of a man who knew he was going to retire, right? And that was his final game, was a loss like that. And then he comes out and says, I'm going to do one more year. I think Pittsburgh should have give him the Brett Favre treatment and said, no, You were supposed to retire.
fuck out of town.
We're getting this new quarterback because you can't play anymore, dude. And I know
Wait,
Brett
I
Favre
thought-
went on and played well, but like Roethlisberger is not.
Wait, hold up. I thought he had the player option. I thought he opted into that $40 million.
Yes, he did, but the problem is that the Steelers could have easily not let it
Didn't
happen.
mind it.
That's my point, right?
Gotcha.
They could have like I said, they could have Brett Favre him, and they chose not to. They chose the sentimental thing, and now you see what you see: a 5-5-1 team where if Roethlisberger at least has an okay game, the defense can win it. But if Roethlisberger has a horrible game, like against Cincinnati, it looks like he should have retired last year.
All I had to fucking
people
see was
wait-
him falling over, throwing that pass earlier in the year. Fucking, that's all I knew. I had to see to know he was fucking washed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who they could have taken this year over him, but yeah,
This coming year, yeah, they're gonna have to do something.
Yeah, I mean,
And it's not a very good
I'm-
quarterback class coming out of the
And
draft.
unfortunately, they're going to be a good enough team to go like 8-1, and they're not going to be like in a prime spot to get a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean,
it's going to be a great free agent market though. This year for quarterback, it should be a good free agent market.
Yeah, I mean the next quarterback off the board in that draft was Kyle Trask. So I mean, not exactly.
No, they probably should have signed a stopgap free agent. But
Colt McCoy, let's go.
What we got next?
We got let's see here. We got Seattle versus the
49ers. 49ers.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's.
I feel like Seattle's due, but they're fucking.
I thought
mess.
that last week. And if there was ever a game to do it, it should have been the last one, and it wasn't it. So it's going to be the Niners.
Yeah.
We gave Seattle a lot more credit in your guys' podcast that we did back in what?
Yeah,
April?
we did. But the problem is like, did you see my tweet from last night when I was reviewing the Seattle-Washington game?
No.
I tweeted last night that they only gave Lockett and Metcalf a combined 9 targets. How do you give your 2 best wide receivers when your quarterback's Russell Wilson 9 targets only? What the fuck?
He can't run the fucking ball.
That's their whole offense right there.
Hold up.
Yeah, and it's only 9 targets. 9.
Who was their most targeted? Was it like their tight ends or some shit? Who was it?
Gerald Everett, probably.
Yeah.
And here's too. So if I'm sorry, I'm like getting onto this for a second because I'm like kind of thinking about it. If you think about the fact that like Russell Wilson threw the ball 20 plus times and less than half was to your top 2 targets, there's a fucking problem there. I don't think it's Wilson, Metcalf, or Lockett. I think it is entirely on the coaching game plan. I don't know why this coaching staff
was trash.
I don't know why this coaching staff doesn't just tell Russell Wilson, here's the keys. Here you go. Do what you need to do. Because there has been many times in the last 3 years where this Seattle roster has overperformed simply due to the fact that Russell Wilson played like an MVP, and they're not letting him do it. I don't get it.
And then they signed Adrian Peterson as if that's going to save their season.
Wait, did they really?
What?
Yes, they did. Yeah, they signed
Did
Adrian
you really
Peterson.
make a meme, Will, while we're on?
Yes.
Hold on, I got to see this shit. But yes, they signed Adrian Peterson. And it's like, your season is done. Why even bother?
Who are we talking about?
The Seahawks signed Adrian. Anyways, 49ers are going to win this game.
Seahawks signed Adrian Peterson?
Yes, I
their
just
practice
said
squad.
that. And I just,
squad.
Yeah, like, why? What's the
He's
point?
He's kind of in like the late
Chris Carson's out for the year or what?
I mean,
yes, he is actually.
The Tennessee Titans are kind of just like the Afghanistan of the NFL, and it's like it's where empire's gonna die. It's where empire's gonna die. First it was Moss, then it's Peterson.
All right, so we all go San Francisco here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not convinced by Seattle. It's
okay.
The mighty have fallen. Yeesh. After that, your 8:20 game, you got Broncos Chiefs. Who you got?
Fucking Kansas City. Yeah, Broncos got a pretty good defense, but I still don't trust Teddy Bridgewater to be able to get it done in a big game.
It's gonna be Kansas Liddy, baby.
Let's go! So I just got back from Kansas City because that's where my relatives live. They live in They live in the boonies right next to Kansas City, like literally 30 minutes outside of Kansas City. And I would love to think that like the Broncos like pull off their Jekyll and Hyde, where they're Dr. Jekyll and upset them. This is a hard one to pick because it's a division rival too. And like you said, AFC West matchups are usually crazy. But I think I have to pick Kansas City because they've improved so much in the last month. Like November was a great month for them, and that's the right time to get better. So I have to pick Kansas City, even though I think this game will be a lot closer than some people will give it credit for.
Oh yeah, I mean those AFC West bouts. I mean, whenever you see those on the schedule, I mean, shit, man, you know it's gonna be good. I mean, I think that and the NFC West are like the two divisions where it feels like every single team has just so much hate for each other. And it's just palpable. You can feel it in every single game, and it's the best. I love it.
I just saw the meme. Pretty damn good.
But
So we're on Monday night.
Monday night. This is actually a really good game.
I love this game. I look forward to this game the most.
You got Pat's Bills. Who you got?
I got Buffalo. See if Mac Jones can actually do it against a good defense.
I'm gonna go with the Patriots.
Okay.
You sound sleepy, Jackie.
Sanders, who you got?
So this
Yes,
is something
I'm
none of
tired.
you. This is something nobody in the NFL wants to accept, and I think you just have to accept it at this point.
Bill Belichick is just the GOAT.
Not only that, but the Patriots are probably the best team in the AFC and probably the third best team in the NFL. And wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the season I'm calling them the best team in the NFL. This defense is way too good. It's not just opportunistic; it is shutdown level. Mac Jones is not playing like a rookie at all. I can't remember the last time we saw a rookie quarterback play. I think the last time we saw a rookie quarterback play this well was arguably Andrew Luck. This team is undeniably real, but here's the big issue that I have. Andrew Luck still made rookie mistakes. I don't see Mac Jones making anymore. For whatever reason, I thought that Mac Jones would be a great fit with Josh McDaniels, but it's been better than a great fit. It's been the perfect fit. And as long as Mac Jones,
they run the ball well. They're able to game plan. They don't take unnecessary shots, and that defense is just fucking unbelievable. Like you said.
He doesn't turn over the ball. That is the biggest thing. Is Mac Jones does not turn over the ball. Early in the season, he did because he has 8 interceptions, right? But those 8 interceptions,
a handful of fumbles too.
Yeah. Those 8 interceptions all came within 6 of the 8 came within the first 5 games. Ever since, he has 2. Ever since he became well adapted, he has 2.
What are you doing here with your stats and logical arguments? Don't you know this is the Redbird Redzone?
Patriots are winning this game, dude. They're gonna beat the Bills. Watch,
no
they're
way.
gonna beat the Bills.
No way.
Yeah, I think they're gonna beat the Bills. I think they're gonna win the division and splashes.
I don't know, man.
It is the Bills' division to lose, and they probably lose it right here.
Yep.
You know
this
what?
This is the first time this matchup of the season.
It's Will versus the world here. I'm gonna say Bills.
Well,
wait, Mac already went Bills though.
Okay, it's Will versus you two. It's gonna be
it's Will and Mac versus me and Sanders.
Oh shit! No, it's the Patriots' division to lose. They're atop the AFC East right now.
I'm talking about like ever since the beginning of the season, it's like the Bills to lose because everybody.
Bills got Buccaneers next week. Ooh, Bills! God damn! Then they play the Patriots again, but then they get Panthers, Falcons, Jets. Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it'll be a good game. That's the game of the week for sure.
Future Oklahoma coach Matt Rule in that equation. But of course, all of this leads us to your Arizona Cardinals versus the bad pizza eating. I don't know 2 other things. Chicago Bears. Who do you got?
This is the Andy Dalton Chicago Bears we're talking about.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well,
so it's gonna be the Cards, 34 to 17.
I think the Cardinals just come out and fucking destroy them. the Bears' offense gives up the most sacks in the NFL so far this season. I believe that their defense has the second most sacks.
Who's their third string quarterback?
Well, I mean, Justin Fields has practiced this week, so I mean, he could be in the mix. So I mean,
I think the Cardinals still put an onslaught on them. I think we're gonna kind of see shades of Week 1. I'm gonna go 34.
Hey,
I'm going 34-9.
Shout out to my family; they will be at the game.
Jackie's already predicted. Sanders, who you got?
Shout out Jackie family.
Yeah, so I'm getting some real Week 3 vibes for this game for the Cardinals. And if anybody remembers Week 3, it's one of my favorite games on Cardinals Twitter. Literally what I said about like you guys being down 13-10 at the half and then watching a total fucking meltdown happen, and then you guys winning 35-16, where like the Bears score one more field goal and then you guys scored 25 after. I anticipate that exactly to happen. Why? Because you guys sucked against the Texans for the first quarter. You guys sucked against the Jaguars, and then you clobbered them right after, right? Yep. I expect that to happen. I expect you guys to suck for like a quarter, maybe a quarter and a half, so I can watch the meltdown, laugh at it, have a good time. And then for the third and fourth quarter, I'll smile and be happy because Kyler Murray's popping off, and it'll be a 35-16 win because you guys are the best team in the NFL. Wink, wink.
Will, you were saying it's supposed to rain as well Sunday?
It is.
Fuck him. Kyler Murray, 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. No one cares what else you have to say.
Bucket.
Nope. I think it's okay. So here's where I disagree.
What's your score, Sanders?
I just said 35-16.
Okay. Sorry, so I'm gonna break the whole contrarian bullshit. Cardinals win, but I think you guys are really overselling how much of a game this is going to be. It looks like it's going to rain from like 10 a.m. to at least like 3-ish, just judging by this like precipitation thing that I'm looking at.
Okay, fine. James Conner, 150 yards, 3 touchdowns. I don't care.
Like this is the kind of game that they'd make like an NFL film about, and it's like in this tight end who has 5 touchdowns his whole career, who's also in the NFL Hall of Fame, nabbed 2 of those receptions today. I mean, I think this is going to be a low-scoring affair. I think this is going to be like a 21-13 type deal. I think that this is. I don't know, man.
Okay, 25-13 is it your prediction?
It's a 21-13.
Damn, dude, you guys ain't getting no respect over the Bucs and Packers if you only beat them 21-13.
Well, I'm not. Okay, so
on the road,
it's raining.
Sleet, yeah.
It's raining. It's disgusting. Matt Prater was having issues in 1 mile per hour winds last week. He's going to have to deal with 14 mile per hour winds this week.
I mean, you guys beat them 16-13, Sanders. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and guess what? My team isn't talked about as the best. This is the Patriots. So I'm not mad. I ain't mad.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think the Cardinals are going to come out and I think they're going to handle them fairly easily. Their defense hasn't been bad, though. The Bears' defense hasn't given up 300 yards in 3 straight games. I think that changes here. We can see Kyler D-Hop back, so hopefully, it all kind of comes together. And there might be a little rust, like you said, Sanders, in the first quarter, so I could definitely see that out there. But the Cardinals are the best road team in the NFL for a reason, and they've handled each and every road opponent pretty handily.
I won't be surprised if you guys go 8-0 on the road. Would not be surprised. I've looked at all your road games. They're all like games you should win.
There's only 2 after this week, Minnesota and the Giants. So yeah.
Not Minnesota.
No, sorry. No. What am I looking at?
Cowboys.
I am looking at the Bears.
Yeah, it's Cowboys.
Cowboys and the.
So you're gonna have the division. Oh, we already went our division road. It's going to be Cowboys.
It's the Cowboys, Bears, and Lions.
Yeah.
You guys probably should go through. I mean, Cowboys will be tough. I will say that, but like 3-0 is extremely possible on the road.
Guys, what if it's the Lions who do it to us?
Damn.
No, we're not even going to fucking entertain that
idea.
On
December 19th, I'm going to tweet about how Will talked about this, and when
we're going to fly to North Carolina, wherever the fuck he is.
Is there anybody still listening? What do we got?
I will be on a beach in Puerto Rico by the time you guys can even.
But by the way, I'm so sorry. The one Cardinals game I went to was the Panthers game, and I am still going to the Monday night Rams Cardinals game. Please do not hurt me if you.
I will
I swear I'm
break your
not that
kneecaps.
I will
Get
fucking
away
fight
from my
you.
team.
I will go to a Ravens game.
Shit.
Just jinx the shit out of them.
I will predict the Ravens to win every single game next year, and you will go 0-17.
Oh
Do
no,
not test
that's
me.
a real threat there.
He's gonna draft all Ravens players for his fantasy.
Yeah.
He's already got
Best
Lamar.
believe I'm picking Lamar, number 1, baby.
Wait, it was you who started Lamar last week, didn't you?
Yeah.
Damn it! Oh, it's a nightmare.
I'm gonna try. You know what? I'm gonna trade D-Hop for Marquise Brown. I'm gonna really.
I mean, if you're gonna trade D-Hop, at least get Mark Andrews, man. Come on.
Oh, so you want me to ruin his career too?
Oh, please don't. He's like my favorite player on the team. So is that it for
Sanders' favorite player is a white guy. Shocker.
Okay. Yeah, my second favorite quarterback is a Blasian. I don't know what you want from me.
Oh, what about your first, huh, buddy? Okay.
Obviously, an African American who has an
We're off
MVP
the
and yours
rails.
doesn't.
We're talking about, but we're talking about quarterbacks here, not running backs here.
Oh my god! All right, you know what? Whatever. You know what? When your quarterback leads the leagues in touchdown passes, come back. You can come back.
Okay.
Hey, to Cardinals fans out there, no hate. I love Kyler Murray, and I enjoy watching the Arizona Cardinals.
Whenever you have to specify there's no hate involved, there's totally hate involved.
I mean, most of it's sarcastic. For you'd be shocked how often on Twitter when I go, because Purdue has a lot of Cardinals fan followers, right? And I'll shit on Kyler Murray just because it's Purdue, and he and I shit on each other's quarterbacks all the time, despite the fact he loves Lamar Jackson and I love Kyler Murray. So we'll shit on each other's quarterback. I can't tell you how many times Cardinals fans have come to my DMs genuinely thinking I was serious. And they're like, you're just another trash Baltimore fan. And I'm like, oh, God, you have to be new here. Because
I have nothing but love for Lamar. I mean, anybody who knows me knows I love those dual threat quarterbacks, man.
People who jump in DMs like that are fucking pussies, so.
Oh yeah, because you can do it publicly.
So we were supposed to have Pardue on. What message did he want to send, Jackie? What was that?
He's nuts.
That's it? These nuts?
That's all he had to say was these.
And shout out to all his Andrew army on Twitter.
His Parduians.
Yeah.
Pardulians. I like that. We are officially calling them Pardue. I'm gonna tweet that. All his followers are Pardulians. That is absolutely amazing. I'm glad that's on this
does
show.
Does that mean all my followers are swingers?
Sure, why not? Hey, dude, yeah, I love it. I actually love it.
I don't know about your followers, but I am. No, I'm kidding.
It's the AZ Sports team.
Somebody tell his girlfriend.
I'm gonna go jump off a bridge now. I did not need it.
Hey, I do have a question for you guys. I know we talked about the NFC a lot in this Cardinals show. I don't mind that. From an NFC's perspective, are you guys even scared of anybody in the AFC? I love my team, right? We're the number one AFC. We're the number one team in the AFC, right?
The Colts.
No way.
Hold on, can
Colts?
I finish? And I understand, even though my team is number one, I don't think my team is the scariest team in the AFC. Just win a lot of bullshit games a lot of the time, and that's kind of their identity this year is they're battle tested and they just win. They just find ways to win games, and good
They're
teams.
They're bullshitting the bullshitters.
Yeah, but I feel like the Patriots should be the scariest team in the AFC, right?
Yes.
No, I think you still got to go Patrick Mahomes.
You think it's still the Chiefs?
Yeah, I mean,
we still got 5 weeks left of football. There's a ton to still play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they have the biggest pedigree.
Bobby, the Chiefs' defense might be ass, but is much better than it was the first 4 weeks. And
it's got. No,
Bill Belichick scares me.
When it comes down to what actually.
Yeah, Bill Belichick outcoaching Cliff is a real thing. That I feel like he did that last year when we lost, and we still came with the Zane.
And he has a better quarterback now. that fits into his scheme.
Yeah, then Cam Newton. Yeah,
And they have all their players healthy too.
Yeah.
And how many players do they
And when
have on opt out?
But like when it comes to like what players actually scare me, Jonathan Taylor, I feel like could
Oh
just
yeah,
wreak
but
havoc.
when
Yeah,
you look
yeah,
at
yeah.
Carson
The
Wentz,
Colts don't scare me. It's just
yeah, but we watched
Taylor
Jonathan
scares me.
Taylor wreak havoc, and the Bucks still beat him, right? Like you can
Yeah.
outscore them.
Yeah,
well, that was
Yeah.
not
you
my
can
point,
try to
right? Not giving
contain
him
him
a
a
fucking
little bit.
carry in the third quarter at all. You have Jonathan Taylor, and you're not gonna. You have the lead in the third quarter, and you don't run the ball once.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Bobby, because he talked about the Bills. Pardew and I are both on the train that like the Bills are overrated, and I'd easily take my own team over the Bills to beat people over the Bills. I don't know. I think the Bills are overrated.
They are, but
I agree.
they have all the components to at least make it a competitive game. Hang in there. They still. I don't think their defense is as good as.
The Bills are basically like
They're good.
Seattle. They're like Seattle and Green Bay, what they've been for the last few years. Like they'll
Okay,
always
Green
be.
Bay's at
They
least
have
making
no
one
running
Let me
game.
finish my
championship.
thought, man. Let me finish my thought. But they're like what Green Bay and Seattle are, is in that they're always going to be brought up. Okay, this is the team that's going to be in the Super Bowl, but they're probably not going to make it there. Let's be real here, because it feels
There's
like
always
every year it's like
something.
Seattle, it's Green Bay, and it never is.
I mean, but Green Bay at least makes the NFC Championship, and I feel like the Bills are going to lose in the divisional this year. I feel like that's where I have them ending their road.
I don't think there's
Josh
really
Allen
any
isn't a finisher.
elite team in the AFC. To your point, the Pats. I mean, the Pats have all the components. And if there was ever a coach to win it with a fucking rookie quarterback, it would be Bill Belichick.
Yeah, it would be, right? We could also review this in 6 weeks when the season is ended, and we're like, oh shit, we were clowns and all wrong.
Yeah, I mean, that's nobody's an expert. Even experts they're way off most of the time.
Yeah, have you seen Stephen A. Smith lately? Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, remember when the Rams
championship
were going to be in the
window
Super Bowl?
closed.
You're talking about the Stephen A.
Suns
Smith
championship window closed.
Yeah,
Lamar
after we
Jackson
went
should
1 and
never
3.
trust him. He sucks.
No, yeah.
Okay,
the AFC is weird. There's so many teams that are like right at 500. A little
who's
bit.
Who's more reliable with prediction, me or Stephen A. Smith?
Who's more reliable? You know what, Will? I'm gonna go with you, homie.
Hell
yeah, I feel bad
brother.
you even had to ask that.
Yeah.
I'll make you feel better. We'll go with you, Will. Yeah.
Oh,
You're probably the best Cardinals R-rated podcast in the land. So
I don't need your pity.
All right, fuck you.
Okay. See, that's the kind of brutal honesty I appreciate.
Shout out Will's dad. Thank you for taking me to the Suns game last year. Love you.
Yeah, shit, man. Honestly, I can't. I'm really excited to see how this season ends. I really do like what I'm seeing here.
And what today was just JJ Watt was on the sideline working out, so that's a good sign right there for the end of the season. The end of the season's approaching fast. I didn't realize, just.
And I mean, even with the
I
timetable they gave us initially,
month and a half left.
Even with the timetable they gave us initially, he could still make it in time for the playoffs. So I mean,
yeah, I think he will.
He keeps tweeting cryptically like he's going to.
Yeah. So
that's
something to look forward to.
I think he makes an appearance.
Makes an appearance, gets hurt, goes back.
Shut the hell
up. Your fucking problem?
it was just a joke. Come on, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. What? You can make jokes, but I can't? Come on.
Nope, you're not allowed. Get out of here.
Get it? Yeah, that's the last time he's on here. Thank you.
No, but
he was never heard from again.
Sanders flew away to his home planet.
It feels really good. I'm gonna take a little line out of Will. Since what was it 2 weeks ago? Me and Jackie had to calm you down because every other word is like, "Oh, it feels so good having this good of a team." Well, it does actually feel great knowing that your football team has everything in front of them and they own their own destiny if they can keep fucking winning. So that's kind of a new feeling around here for me, at least.
Mac, don't say anything you're gonna regret, man.
No, he didn't. He didn't because he's right. Like, you have everything in front of you, and it is now your job. Hey, I'm being serious here for a second, not even like Mimi. It is the Cardinals' job to finish what they started, right? It's not they're going to do it. It's not everything's there. They're gonna do it. No, it's not that they're gonna do it. It's that they need to finish the job, right?
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. Finish the job and then get upset by Baltimore in the Super Bowl.
So when
that's all, folks.
When Wild Card Weekend comes, we're gonna play this with some Vivaldi music, like we did with my Panthers predictions.
Hey, if we see you guys in the Super Bowl, we're having you on for sure. You're buying us tickets to the Super Bowl.
Bo Bobbles will do a face review.
By the way, if you guys do go for a deep run in the playoffs, let's just say you make it to the NFC Championship, I wouldn't mind coming back and talking about this. Love talking about the Cardinals and Kyler Murray, and I will 100% be picking the Cardinals to win the NFC Championship game because you know what? Fuck anyone else. I would love to see.
I already like you more than Will now.
I would love to see Arizona go. And the reason I would love to see Arizona to go is because I watched my favorite basketball team go to the finals last year, and yeah, we lost. But I watched them go, and it felt so good to be on the national TV spotlight, having memes made about us. The whole Suns in 4 meme, even that guy over-milked it. The guy who was counting the cash as they were counting Giannis' free throws. There were just so many fun things. I'm like, this hasn't happened to Arizona in so long. And I'd love if that happened on the football side as well.
I feel like I was the only one who actually kind of thought the money guy was funny.
I thought it was hilarious. Most people thought it was douchey. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
I do have Suns in 4 as my license plate, though.
Oh, damn. There you go. Lasting impact.
So Jackie was a jinx. Jeez.
Oh, shit.
No, I got that right.
I honestly had Suns in 6, but it ended up being Bucks in 6.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that. We like to look forward to the future and how both of our teams now are in first place.
You mean how the Suns are winning the finals this year? I agree.
There are people who could make serious there was a guy who bet on the parlay. Cardinals win the Super Bowl, Suns win the finals, and if he I think he bet $100, and if he wins both of those, he's 1,000. Oh yeah, shit. What was it? He wins either 13,000 or 130,000, something like that.
It has to be in the 130s. That's such a high risk. It had to be 130.
My buddy I'm pretty sure he saw that, but he texted me today or last night. He's like, "Yo, I think I'm gonna fucking bet Cardinals and Suns both." Copying that dude. This dude, he just sent me his wager. He bet $1,500 on them. It pays out $177,000 if they both win the title. And when he messaged me the first time, I said I personally would bet just individually instead of parlayed with the Cardinal, just with Arizona sports history. How shitty would you feel if one of them wins it and you don't win any fucking money? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would do just individually, but yeah, I'm looking at his wager right now. $1,500 cash out is $177K. Said, holy shit, dude, that'd be crazy. We going out if it hits. You better be buying me a fucking car.
Who's the McHale of the Cardinals?
The McHale?
Yeah.
The glue? Who is the glue of the Cardinals?
Bobby says Buddha. I think it's the Thompson twins, honestly.
Yes.
I think
yes.
Buddha's a really good answer because we saw last year what the defense looked like without Buddha. We lost Chandler Jones, but we didn't really
Buddha's
lose a
8.
step.
If we're comparing, I feel like Buddha's 8.
Because Buddha will. Everybody agrees that Buddha's good, but he's never going to get the respect of other players in his position. I don't
know what you mean because most players. I don't know if you watched the top 100. Almost all the players consecutively agreed that Buddha was the best safety last year, and he probably still. I don't know if he is this year.
Oh, that weirdo, Sanders.
What? As the kids say.
I said, own that weirdo.
Own that weirdo, Sanders. You fuck him.
Right. My AirPods are dying, so we're going to wrap this up.
Oh, shit. Oh, God.
We're almost 2 hours.
Oh,
if you're still listening, thank you, Juan. We love you.
Juan, you're the go. Everybody who's still listening, I don't know if anybody's listening.
People that were popped into the chat on YouTube here, we appreciate you. You probably logged in and logged right back out, but it's okay.
Shout out Cliff Kingsbury, biggest fan on OnlyFans. We have an OnlyFans page.
That's
where Bo Bobbles does his boobies reveal. If we go to
Bo Boobies.
Bo Boobies. Oh, we're
Yeah,
sidetracked
it's
here.
our
But
it's
yeah, if you're still
onlyfans.com.
listening,
It's onlyfans.com/JohnnyVenerables. That
Oh, got him!
I just say anybody who calls himself venerable, you're a piece of work. But
I have a
it's neither
question.
here
Piece
nor
of
there.
shit.
I don't hate the guy. I just think he's super cringe. Why do you guys hate him? I just think he's super cringe. That's honestly all it comes down to.
I'm just going with the meme.
I think he's
I don't
cringe
feel
too.
I don't feel any real anything towards him. I'm
Yeah,
just
I
going with
don't
the meme.
I don't hate nobody other than
I don't hate him. There's no animosity.
no, I'm just blocked by that.
I just
think
think he's cringe.
I think his old partner, which they're not partners anymore for
Blake.
podcasting, but his old partner, oh god, what's his name? I interact
Blake?
with him all the time.
Blake.
Blake is a much more level-headed guy,
Yeah.
and
Less
funnily
cringe.
enough, ever since they stopped doing their podcast together, I've actually ended up liking Blake's takes way more. I know he went after our show one time,
Did he?
but like,
Did he really?
yeah. So what happened was he and Pardue were in an argument because he with Pardue a lot recently, and Blake said, "Well, at least there's no real head couch analyst." And that's when I was like, "Oh, wait a second, okay, bro." And it was like, "Damn." So like, I went after him on that, and he responded to me as well. But like after that, like, I've always had a great interaction with him, and I genuinely respect his opinion. I don't always agree with him. Whereas
Blake is chill.
Whereas like every time I see Johnny, I'm like, dude, that's cringe. Especially the beer picture.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, I mean, I don't dislike Johnny.
Cupping
He just
the
chugs beer
ball.
like he's sucking on balls, but that's fine.
Sucking on wiener and cupping balls.
But
as our two listeners exit.
yeah. But anyway, this has
One of
been
them being Johnny's mom.
Lord. This has been the Redbird Redzone podcast. My name is Will. You can find me on Twitter at LiveOnThatSwing.
Yo. My name is Mac. You can find me on Twitter at AZSportsFien. That's FIEN.
And I'm Jackie. You can find me on Twitter at JSanDiego. That is 2 O's.
And I am Sanders. You can find me at HT_J Sanders. And you could also find me head coaching my basketball team on the court, getting some dubs tomorrow.
Later.
Let's go.
And this has been another episode of the Redbird Redzone podcast. This is a Max Hall production. Do not reproduce this episode unless you pay me, bitch. Peace.
Peace.